was it just technical skills or soft skills as well? What is your opinion?
Soft skill can be built like in the process as well. Like there might be case you are a shy or you are kind of introvert guy, but if you have good technical skills, you are going to make it, right? But you should be able to explain your point of view, your approaches to the interviewer so that he can understand. Because no matter how good you are, no matter how good programmer you are going to work in a team.
अरे सुना क्या क्या
अरे सुना नहीं क्या? अरे क्या भाई?
अरे कार्निवल आ रहा है कैसा कार्निवल
कैसा नहीं पूछो क्या क्या?
बहुत कुछ hottest discount on our courses, live learning, job opportunity, a perfect way to live in a pure summertime.
अरे इतना सारा
जी हाँ, इतना सारा. See you at Geeks.
अरे कहाँ
डिस्काउंट लेने.
Hello everyone, welcome back to Geeks for Geeks. My name is Muskan Agarwal, and yes, here we are with another interview experience webinar. So we have Abhay with us, who is going to share about his interview experience at JusPay, and also what all insights he gained from the entire process. Also, he is from a tier 3 college, so we are going to see what all difficulties he faced, right, being from a tier 3 college. So yes, without any further ado, let me add Abhay to the stream. Hi Abhay.
Okay, so hi everyone, hi Muskan, I'm fine. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. How about you?
Amazing, amazing. I'm doing amazing.
Yes. So Abhay, let us start with having a brief introduction about you.
Okay, so basically, my name is Abhay Singh, and I'm a BTech third year undergraduate student at Lovely Professional University. Currently, I'm in my sixth semester, and I've been working as a problem setter at different firms like Hacker, Do Select, Imoca, and Apni Kaksha. And right now, I'm working as a SD intern at JusPay and holding an PP offer from JusPay as well. So that's all about my introduction.
Okay, that is really great. So Abhay, I wanted to ask that being from a tier 3 college, can you share the difficulties that you faced initially? Like, what was the coding culture at your college, or what did you find that this thing was lacking in your college?
Yes, I can say that being in a tier 3 college is going to be some kind of it's going to create some issues for you in your preparation journey or in your placement journey as well, because there are some kind of opportunities which are off campus or which are for only tier 1 tier 2 college which you might not able to get. But as there are tons of people from tier 3 college who have made it to large companies, who have made it to way large companies that I can even imagine of, like Google or Amazon or Microsoft as well. So even they can, if they can do, then we can do as well, right? And the second thing is that the coding culture. Few of the tier 3 colleges or most of the tier 3 colleges don't have the coding culture in their uh, colleges, but I can say that it's all goes to my seniors or my luck as well that there is a huge coding culture in my college. There were few uh, clubs as well. There were most uh, like the amazing seniors I have. They are really helpful for me. They are really helpful to others as well to guide them like what to do, when to do, and how to do it something in right way. And the most important thing is peer group. That when you are getting into the right company or the right group of pupils, then you came to know that what do you lack and how do you have to practice to overcome that, right? So yes, these are the few challenges that every tier 3 guy face. But if you are but if you're facing those challenges, then you can create starting your own community so that you can help your juniors as well, right? So that's all
Definitely.
about tier 3.
I think a good community really helps. Like even in my college, like I was a part of a like good technical clubs from the very start. So I think it has helped me a lot because it gave me the right set of seniors that could guide me throughout. So yes, definitely. Also,
Exactly.
I wanted to ask that does college really matters when it comes to placements? Like, did you feel any bias or like did you come across any company that that rejected you just because of your college and it gave more importance on your college than your skill set?
uh, I cannot mention the company name because it's not official, but yes, I can say that yes, college names sometimes matter. Like sometimes there is an off-campus opportunity which is all over Pan India. So there might be a case that the shortlisting is going to done based upon the tier of college. Not everywhere is going to be the case, but yes, sometimes. So there might be a case that for some reason you got into tier 3 college, but getting into tier 3 college doesn't mean that you are not going to get placed into good companies. But yes, it is going to affect your placement journey. There might be some situations that you have lost, or the some opportunities that you have lost just because of your college. So yes, it is possible, and it has happened to me as well sometimes for an off-campus opportunities. So yes, sometimes it matters, but in case of on-campus placements, it is not basically matters, because when a company comes to your campus, your whole competition got shrinked into just campus people, right? Only your college mates. So yes, for off-campus opportunities, the college name matters sometimes.
Also, the opportunity at JusPay, it was off campus, right? So can
Uh,
you tell?
no.
Huh,
JustPay was basically an on-campus opportunity. It was not
okay.
off-campus. But the process of JustPay on-campus and off-campus is somehow mutually same, because in off-campus there were 6 rounds and on-campus there was 5 rounds.
On campus, there were 5 rounds. Okay. So can you tell about the 5 rounds that were there? How many were technical and how many were managerial?
Okay, let me give you a brief about the interview process. So the interview process goes like, first there was an online assessment test, and then there was a hackathon. Hackathon was divided into part B, so I am considering each part as a part of round, right? So this was two parts of the round, and like 2 rounds. And the fourth round is basically a technical interview, and the fifth round is basically a call of HR, that is the HR round. So the first round basically an online assessment test where we have to clear some coding questions, and these questions are basically generally focused on your non-linear data sets mostly. And in JustPay, the question that was asked to me are focused on trees and graphs only. And then I came into hackathon part, and hackathon was divided into two parts, like part A and part B. So part A is basically more focused on a question where we have to frame some data structure based upon some constraints or some information that is already given, and there were some time complexity or space complexity which is expected to complete the question. So if you have done it, or if you have framed the data structure in the correct manner, then you are going to pass all the test cases. So I have passed all the test cases in that round. And then moving on to the next round of hackathon, which was part B, it was basically kind of codeathon, in which you are going to have a like 8 hour tenure, and some mentor or buddy is going to assign to you, which is going to help you. So what we are going to do in this codeathon, so whatever you have code, or whatever the data structure that you have made in the previous part of hackathon, you are going to reframe that based on some more constraints they are going to put on in the part B. But these constraints are not going to be some like varying the range, or like increasing the time complexity or space complexity. They are going to add something else that might you have not even heard of. Like in my case, I have not heard of that. So I cannot disclose the exact question, but yes, you can think of. So uh, they will basically give you some kind of problem which is going to be solved by using um something, and you have to ask the buddy is going to be really helpful. In my case, he was really helpful. He made you to to speak that what are the possible ways of doing it, and if it is possible, or if I come out to come to a solution, then what are the pros and cons of that solution, like whether it is going to pass all the test cases, or it is going to have an edge case, or something else, or there is something better possible from this approach or not. So your buddy is going to be like big brother, and you can ask him everything. He is not going to give you hints, or not going to help you in the answer, but yes, he is going to give you the right pathway to go with. So if you catch the correct hints that he is going to speak to you, like think in that way, so you can think of like what I have to do, or what he is saying. So it was a 8 hour hackathon, and I have completed that part as well. Like in the last 2 hours, I coded that part, and and at the end we started discussing that what are the pros and cons of this approach can be, or what are the failures it can provide. So after this part, moving on to the technical round, which was basically somehow the HR round is combined to the part, technical round, but in some cases the HR round is going to be different from that. So in my case, the technical round is of 1 hour 40 minutes. Matlab 1 hour 30 minutes and something extra. I don't remember the exact time, but it is more than 1.5 hour. So in my technical round, it was around like more focused on core subjects like uh, networking uh, or networking OS,
DPMS.
DBMS, and system design. Not exactly high level system design, but it's low level, some basic stuff. So I have prepared system design from Gaurav Sen videos. So really helped me out there. And for the OS DBMS, I have read some Geek for Geeks blogs and the various articles that was found there. And for the networking part, there is some playlist found on Geek4Geeks YouTube channel as well. So I've used that. And the questions were more focused on the real life thing. Like, for example, you can take the example of like a few days or few months back, Facebook was down. So what are the problems or what are the causes that make Facebook down? Or what is the work, what happened in the backend like that makes Facebook down or whatever is the issue? Can you think of something? So, kuch, like that type of question can be asked. And talking about the HR round, it was basically some kind of common questions that every HR round have, like why should we hire you and why you are the best candidate? Why should we choose you? What are the biggest achievements or biggest failures that you have made till now? Or after that failure, how do you have recover yourself? And what are the biggest opportunities that you have made till now? These are the kind of questions that every HR round have, and it was kind of telephonic round for me. And it was around of 30 to 45 minute conversation only. And after that, I got a call that yes, you are going to receive an offer for the SD intern role and PPO as well. So that was the
Seems
complete
like
interview.
a really elaborate process actually, like the entire process.
Okay, so I don't need to do this.
Am I audible?
You are.
Yeah, I'm saying it seems like a really elaborate process and like a very unique process as well. Like usually I see in companies like DSA questions are asked and then like usually the technical interview is DSA based. But yeah, it is very unique process.
Exactly. Actually, in the like in the technical interview, it was not focused on more DSA. There was DSA. There were two questions asked based on DSA. Like there was one question is binary search on answers, and the other was on BST. But more focused was it on core. Like the major part of the interview uh, was like, occupied with core subjects like OSD, PMS, and all. So that's kind of interview this was.
And for like the online assessments, can you tell like what was the difficulty level if we have to rate it on easy, medium, and hard on lead code questions?
Okay. So I can rate the questions in somehow medium plus level. Like there were three questions. I can say that two questions were of medium level, and the third one question, which in which I have missed some case or missed a part that it can be solved using the other algorithm where you can pass all the test cases, but I haven't think of that. So I have missed that part. It was basically kind of medium plus level question. So medium and somehow hard. This was the
Okay.
level of questions.
Okay. And like from where did you prepare the data structure questions? And or like where did you practice the coding question basically?
For practicing data structure and algorithm question, you can use Geek4Geeks platform. Like there's a practice section of the Geek4Geeks where you can find plenty of questions and you can sort them on kind of company specific and data structure specific as well. And you can use two other platform as well, like LeetCode and InterviewBit. So where you can find out some stuff where you can practice or you can learn that whatever you have learned till now in the practice in your preparation, how it's going to be implemented as in the questions. So these are the three platforms that are best for practicing data structure and algorithm questions.
Right. Also,
Hmm.
one thing I would like to mention that for the viewers, as Geek Summer Carnival is going on, so like on all the courses, on data structure courses, as well as on other courses related to operating system, DPMS, computer networks, we have huge discounts as well. All the courses are present at student friendly rates. So yes, guys who are watching this, definitely do not forget to check them out. All the links would be in the description box below. Yes. Then moving forward to the next thing, was there any resume selection initially, like before you gave the online assessments and the interview? Was there resume selection for you?
Yes, there is, and there is a resume selection round as well for uh, for applying to any company, because there might be some shortlisting based upon your resume, based upon the ATS check, and on basis of the resume you are going to shortlist for the on assessment round. So there was something happened, and I am not aware about that there's going to be happen at us, but I got to know the thing that not everyone in my college received the OA link. So there might be some resume selection process as well. And one more thing is, the technical interview is also based on the resume part. Like whatever projects you have mentioned, it is going to be asked as well. Like there was one of my project that was I have not the added the GitHub link of the project. So the interviewer tell me to show the project, like whatever I have made or whatever I have written on my resume, that this was the project. Then he said that, okay, do you have your project in this laptop? I said yes. Then he said, okay, share your screen and show me your project. Then I have to show that project as well. So yes, resume is important for this.
Yeah. So I wanted to ask, can you give us few of the tips that, or some of the strategies that you followed while you were curating your resume? Because there must be thousands of resumes, and to get shortlisted is a great thing. So, like, what are the strategies that you followed while you were making your resume?
Okay, so for making a good resume, what I can think, use easy templates, don't use multiple colors. And second thing, when you are completed with the resume, do it get reviewed by some employees or by some seniors. Like I have messaged kind of 50 plus pupils over LinkedIn to just review my resume, and they have given me whatever feedback they have given to me, my seniors or mates or whatever, uh, a few pupils who are working in good companies, who have already working as an like HRs as well. So they have given me feedback that you have to change this in your resume. This should be aligned with, like, after that part. So the sectional element is also important, like what section you have to put in first section. So you should review your resume by others as well. And after and before applying to any company, do get your resume from a ATS checker. Like there are online ATS checkers as well, which are free of cost. You can do that, and you can check the ATS score. If it is above more than 75, then it is good, really good. So this is all I can all the tips that I can share about resume.
Right. And also, one thing I would like to add, that the resume should be a one page. Like
Exactly.
sometimes people make it two, three pages. I think that should not be the case.
Exactly.
Yes. Also, talking about projects, as you mentioned that your projects were discussed in earlier rounds as well, like the later rounds as well. So, can you tell a brief, like, what all projects did you work on, and like what project did you think helped you stand out from the rest of the students?
Yes. Okay. So there were only two projects on my resume. The first project was a test case generator, which I have made using something library. I have made a library using which you can generate test cases, and it was really helpful for me in my previous work as well. Like I have worked as a problem setter, so it is really helpful for me. And the second test case, not test case, and the second project is basically a kind of site which was made in just simple HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. It was a kind of basic project, but yes, I'm able to explain the interviewer like in a right way, that what this does and what is the problem is going to solve using this. So it's kind of website where you can register your complaints as per your college or as per your um, class, that yes, you are going to have this problem and it's going to get resolved by using some user base. So they are the two simple projects that I have mentioned on my resume. I'm not a kind of
Also,
dev guy, literally.
yeah, also, like, many people think like the number of projects matter, but I think the quality of the project matters, and also like you must have done it yourself. I think that is more important, right?
Exactly.
Because you mentioned that in later interviews he asked you to explain your projects as well. So yeah,
Exactly.
do not copy the projects. Work it, like, do it from
Exactly.
the scratch on your own.
No
Yes.
matter you make a small project or no matter you make the large project, but yes, whatever you have made, whatever you have learned through the project, you are able to explain to the interviewer, because he knows very well. He knows the industry, and he know, like, whatever you are doing right now, he already gone through this pathway. So he know that what you can do and what are your ranges.
Right,
So
definitely. Like they are interviewing thousands of candidates, so they have much more experience than we as students have, right?
Exactly.
Exactly. Okay. So next thing I wanted to ask that does JusPay hire through referral if you have any idea
Mm,
about that?
yes, every company has referral, but there are some contests going on right now on Dare to Compete website, I think. And like it was a off-campus opportunity to everyone, and anyone can apply. I think it was already closed. I think it was like rounds were happening right now. And if there was an off-campus opportunity, then yes, referral would work. You can ask any full-time employee or SD1 or SD2. He can refer you, or he or she can refer you for the particular role. You can ask her on ask like you can ask anyone on LinkedIn or or any platform using your resume and a particular job ID, so they can refer you if your resume has worked very well.
Yeah, actually, people on LinkedIn are really helpful. Like, even I
Exactly.
reach out to many people, and initially I used to think, why will they respond to me or why will they help me? Like, they are so busy, but people actually help out, right? So,
Yeah.
yes.
Uh,
Also, yeah, continue.
I also agree this point. Like, LinkedIn is really helpful for everyone. Being a tier 3 student or no matter where what your college is, if you're able to ask questions to some person, like the right questions, not sending hi to anyone, but if you're able to ask question to anyone, they are going to help you. No matter how much busy they are, they will reply to you. And if they are not reply to you, don't just get started saying something blunt to anyone. Respect someone's time as well. So there might be a case that they are busy. So yes, try some other people as well. So they will help you. Finally, they will help you.
Definitely. Also, Abhay, as you're a competitive programmer, do you think competitive programming helped you in any way throughout the process?
Uh, I have did competitive programming, but not really well. Like not really, like not really good way. But uh, one thing I need to ask that this video is going to be edited, right?
Yeah, it is going
Okay,
to be
okay.
edited.
So let me. What is the exact question? Can you please repeat?
So, has competitive programming helped you in any way throughout the process?
Okay, so competitive programming is basically like working contest where you have experience like some kind of stipulated time and you have some problems need to be solved in that particular time slot, right? So it basically generate your mindset kind of like solving a problem in most easiest way and most faster way, right? So CP can help you in the online assessment test, but I don't think that CP help you in like in interviews because like CP can help you in interviews as well because you are able to think of approaches multiple approaches that can be followed for the particular question and you should be able to express whatever you are thinking to your interview as well. So yes, CP has helped me in cracking that hackathon part as well. And uh, and while working in the interview there was some questions where that the questions were not really easy, but yes, I'm able to explain the approach of that particular question indirectly with one go, not from the brute force. So he's able to consider that my explanation in the correct way.
Also, I wanted to ask one thing like, while we are writing a code in an interview, it is very different to what we write on lead code or code forces, right? We have to give proper variable names and we have to follow other coding norms as well. So, can you give any three tips that we should definitely follow while we are writing code in an interview specifically?
So if you are writing a code in kind of any interview, so the three things that you need to remember uh, are basically that always name the variables in a particular right way. Like don't write like a b c, like use proper name that are given to a variable. And whenever you are doing something in operation, try use syntax or try use the comments part to mention that what this part or what this code snippet is doing, so that it can give a clear view that what is the code snippet, the small code part is doing in the complete code. And the third tip is that try to write your code in a functional way. Don't write multiple lines of code in just one go. If something can be, if some part of code can be implemented as a function, then try to do that as well. Because functional programming is like really useful in terms of any interview. you should write functions and then call it for a particular moment whenever you want, so that you can use the code reusability as well.
Right. So I 100% agree with all the points. Like, I think we should definitely follow all these. Also, proper indentation is, I think, very important. Like, my
Exactly.
indentation is very bad. So, like, before any interview, I used to practice just giving proper indentation, because I think if you're not giving proper indentation, it is just like a red flag to the interviewer. So, yes, proper
I guess
indentation is.
yes, it can
And
also be a red flag.
functions also. Yeah, functions also I think is very important. Like, if you have to do four things, make four separate functions and then compile it in the final thing. Right, definitely. Because many of the people say that we have written the entire code, then also we are not getting selected. Why is it? So I think this is the reason why interviewers do not select the students. If you're writing IJK or ABC as variable names, then definitely the interviewer will not select you.
Exactly, agreed.
Right.
Agreed.
Then the next thing I would like to ask, like, throughout the entire process, what was your experience and what do you think JustPay was exactly looking for? Was it just technical skills or soft skills as well? What is your opinion?
Soft skills really like matters, but in case of technical views, I can say that soft skill can be built like in the process as well. Like there might be case you are shy or you are kind of introvert guy, but if you have good technical skills, you are going to make it, right? But you should be able to explain your point of view, your approaches to the interviewer so that he can understand. Because no matter how good you are, no matter how good programmer you are going to work in a team. So if you are not able to express your point of view to your team, then it's going to be hard for you. So JustPay basically, like my experience of that particular whole interview is like really amazing. They are looking for really good problem solvers, and your problem solving skills need to be really good. And like other than that, you should also be kind of good learner, because in the hackathon part, there might be a case that whatever they are looking for or whatever constraints that they have provided you for that question, you have never heard of, right? So that's why they are given like 8 hours of time to you, and somebody also assigned, and he will guide you to what to learn in that particular time slot. So you should be a fast learner. Like particular time you have to learn something which you are going to implement as well. So it's kind of you have to grab things in a faster way.
Definitely.
It's kind of lagging or
No, 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 it's fine, it's fine.
right. Like in the view of this videos, like this timer. Okay.
It's fine now.
It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah. So the last question from my side would be like, what will be your advice for the tier 3 folks who are struggling somewhere to get good placements? What would you like to suggest to them?
The only thing that I can suggest, don't think that you are in a tier 3 college, so you are not going to make it. First of all, work on your skills, and look at those people who have already made it, because there are tons of people who have made it from tier 3 college to such big companies like Google, Amazon, Microsoft, Google as well, right? So don't get disheartened because of your college, and if you work hard, you will definitely do it. You will definitely make it. So just work hard, connect to good peoples, follow good peoples on LinkedIn, and try to connect with them. Try to take good advices from them, and try to get more familiar with the off-campus part as well, because there are tons of off-campus opportunities. There might you might missed off, right? So try to get aware of that as well. Like what are going on in the world, like what are the opportunities that are going on, off-campus opportunities. So kind of awareness and kind of good community as well. uh, Being in a part of good community and being in a part of good connections really helpful for everyone, no matter you're from tier 1, tier 3, or tier 2. So
Right.
these
I
are the
think,
things. Hmm.
yeah, where there's a will, there's a way, right? So, like, even if there is no coding culture at your college, whoever is watching this, there are tons of communities on Discord that you could be a part of, and there are tons of people on LinkedIn who are there to help you. You just have to ask them for help, right? So yes, like colleges, I don't think it is that important now. There are so many off-campus hackathons that are happening, and companies are directly selecting students from the hackathons. also from contests like the coding contest. So companies directly select from that also, right?
Yes, yes.
So yes. So with this, I would like to thank you, Abhay, for coming to Geeks for Geeks and sharing about your experience. I hope it helps a lot of students who are watching this. All tiers, tier 1, 2, 3. I hope it helped all of them. Thank you so much, Abhay.
Welcome, Muskan, and I'm really thankful that Geeks has provided me this opportunity to share my interview experience. And I hope whoever are watching this video are going to get some insight or get some positive thing from this video or from my interview experience. So like if you get this, then do like this video.
Yes. Also, guys, you can connect with Abhay on LinkedIn. We will try to put his LinkedIn in the description box below. You can connect with him if you have any further problems or any other questions apart from these that we have discussed. You can try to connect with him and ask your questions. So, yes, with this, we will end the webinar. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.